So, for the next couple of classes, we're going to look at quadratic applications. Word problems that require you to solve a quadratic. For today, we're going to look at Pythagorean Theorem. Can anybody remember what the Pythagorean Theorem is?
A plus B squared.
Very good. He's going to quote the Pythagorean Theorem. But there is an inside joke because he says it wrong.
The honorary degree of PhD.
See if you can note what he said wrong.
PhD? That's Doctor of Thinkology. Sum of the square roots of any two sides of an isosceles triangle is equal to the square root of the remaining side.
Oh, isosceles is two sides. The other
Well, isosceles
is two equal sides.
That's what I was saying.
doesn't work with the Pythagorean Theorem. You have to have a right angle.
Right angle, yeah.
So what he meant to say was a right triangle.
Crazy.
I guess that's an inside joke with Hollywood. So,
No, it's good.
because you know all those people don't have degrees, they're just actors. So I guess we're making fun of people with degrees saying y'all don't really know anything. Because what he said was wrong. Anyway, whatever. So yes, Pythagorean Theorem is a squared plus b squared. So the other angles here equal the hypotenuse, which is the side adjacent to the right angle. Now looking at some algebra 1,
Oh my.
how we find our hypotenuse is that we take our two sides, square them.
Sine.
So a squared plus 7 squared. Take the sum of those two numbers. So I get 113 equals c squared. And how do you get rid of a square?
Square root.
Square root. So I got to take the square root of 113. And it comes out to be roughly about 10.6. So we're going to be using the Pythagorean Theorem to solve our word problems. A squared plus b squared equals c squared.
That's all we do?
Yeah, that's what I'll do today. I'm just showing you how you should set it up. This side, the long side squared, plus the short side squared equals your hypotenuse squared.
Are you serious?
Okay, our first word problem. One leg of a right triangle has a length of 7. So let me go ahead and call one of these 7. The other side have lengths that are consecutive integers. Now what does that mean, consecutive integers?
Conservative integers?
Numbers that appear more than once.
No. Let me give you a hint. So if I give you the number 75, what's the next consecutive number?
Oh,
100.
Okay, 76.
76.
Oh, I'm tripping.
If I give you the number 199,
200.
200 is the next consecutive
Wait,
number.
did I Berber and Angel answer?
If I give you x, what's the next consecutive number?
X. Oh, no.
Why?
X squared?
2x.
No.
One.
So 75.
One
What did
x.
you add to 75 to get to 76?
But just plus 1.
Just plus 1.
So,
So
x
x,
plus 1, x plus 1.
very good. X plus 1.
Oh my.
So here are two consecutive unknown numbers, right? X and x plus known. X plus 1. If I ask for 3, x plus 1 in, what's the next consecutive
Plus
number?
3.
No?
Oh, wait, what do you mean?
X
Oh,
plus 2.
X plus 2. Okay.
I didn't know what they were talking about.
So for here, my two unknown consecutive numbers, I'm going to call my sides x and x plus 1. Now, we have to use our Pythagorean Theorem to solve this. So it's going to be a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So what's the first thing I want to square? What's my first side? First side you want to square.
It's 7.
Okay, so if I square 7, add that to the square of what? What's the other side?
X plus 1.
Not x plus 1.
X.
X.
You fat.
X plus 1 is the hypotenuse. That's going to be your c value here.
Okay.
So c x plus 1 squared.
I'm just building it.
Now, we just do some math. So 7 squared is 49 plus x squared equals, please do not do this. As a reminder, don't distribute the square. Like so. That's a big no. Rewrite this as x plus 1 times x plus 1 and then distribute properly. So please, you cannot distribute a square inside of a parentheses. You must rewrite it. So that gives me x times x squared, x times 1, which is x, 1 times x, which is x, and 1 times 1, which is 1.
That's it?
Yep. So now, we've distributed all we can distribute. So what would you do next to solve this? I have 49 plus x squared equals x squared plus x plus x plus 1.
Add all the combined.
Yeah. Combine.
combine all the common,
Yeah,
you know, the common things.
the common things, the like terms,
Hey, stupid. There you go.
equals x squared plus 2x plus 1. Now what you would want to do, we're dealing with quadratics. What's our golden rule with a quadratic?
Yeah,
leave a zero.
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 Yeah.
Zero, zero, zero.
So let me move everything over.
Zero.
So I'm going to subtract a negative x squared.
It cancels out.
Hey, what do you know? It cancels on both sides.
Rubber.
So that leaves me with 49 equals 2x plus 1. What would you do after that?
Minus 49.
Minus one on each side.
Okay, I could put 49 on here, but it might be easier just to move this 1 over so that this
Yeah.
x can be by itself. So that's going to be 48 equals 2x. And then last but not least,
Divide by 2. Divide by 2. Yeah.
divide by 2,
Smart.
x equals 24. Oops,
I'm smart like that.
24.
Listen.
So my smallest side over here
I said I'm smart like that.
is 24.
You don't even know what that is.
Let's see what this says.
Therefore, what is my hypotenuse?
Shut up, you naked on a rock.
What is my hypotenuse?
Shut up, you naked on a rock.
Plus
What am I, a mermaid?
Well, I mean, we already found x.
Oh.
So we just add 1, right?
Oh, 23.
24 plus 1 equals 25. So my three sides are 7, 24, and 25. Next problem. Make sure you pay very close attention to this one. Eric finds a piece of land in the shape of a right angle. The longer leg of the triangle is 20 meters longer than twice the length of the shorter leg.
20 on the left side.
The hypotenuse is 10 meters longer than the length of the longer leg. Find the lengths of all sides.
It says 20 on the right angle. On the right
So
angle.
X is short leg.
Well, okay. Let's look at the first sentence. The longer leg of the triangle is 20 meters longer than twice the short.
20 plus X, or X plus 20.
So which one of these am I going to call x? Which is x?
X divided by 20.
Which is
X is the one at the bottom.
x is my short.
Yes.
So if my short length is x, how can you represent the long leg in terms of x?
X plus 20.
Okay, x plus 20.
X plus 20.
Is that it?
Yes.
No.
Yes. No. and
That
that's-
says the longer leg is 20 meters longer than twice the length of the shorter.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
X
Two.
squared.
Not x squared.
I mean, X.
2x plus 1.
Damn it. I was doing it backwards.
Let's read it again. The longer leg of the triangle is 20 meters more than twice the short leg.
That's Baba Boo.
Okay. So looks like we're on. Looks like we got the first sentence correct.
Damn.
Now the hypotenuse is 10 meters longer than the long leg. So what should I put down for the hypotenuse?
2X plus 20 plus 10.
Okay, which gives me
C squared.
2x plus 20 plus 10 is 20 plus 10 is
30.
30. 2x plus 30.
Oh, he goes, okay, let's go.
Yep. Good so far? Now, what should we do with these sides? What should I put them? What formula should I put
Square
them?
A squared plus B
There,
squared.
very good.
Ah, no.
A squared
Plus
plus B squared
You're dumb.
equals C squared.
No, man, don't talk to me like that.
What should I use for A?
X.
X. What should I use for B?
2X plus 20.
2x plus 20. What should I use for C?
2X plus 30.
Very good. 2x plus 30.
We got to be back in it.
Oh, what?
Now we just need to solve for x. So this is x squared plus,
Somewhere to get answers to. Let me see.
let me distribute this. So 2x times 2x is 4x squared. 2x times 20
Bro.
is a 40x. 20 times 2x is a 40x. And 20 times 20 is a 400. So that's the left side here. Now let me break out this one and distribute.
I see you at home.
Okay, so 2x times 2x is 4x squared. 2x times 30 is 60x. 30 times 2x is a 60x. And 30 times 30 is a 900. Okay. So I distributed it all out. Now what should I do? How can I make this prettier?
I like terms.
Add like terms.
Hey,
Add my squares.
Okay.
5x squared. Add my x's. Plus 80x. Plus 400.
We solve for x, right?
Yep. Equals. I just have one squared here, so 4x squared.
I don't know.
60x plus 60x. 120x.
Damn, why you do that?
And then plus 900.
That's
All right. Now we are dealing with quadratics and we're trying to solve this quadratic. So what's the golden rule?
0.
Yeah, set it equal to 0. So let me go ahead and move everything over here on this side. So let me subtract this 4x squared. Subtract 4x squared. I get 5x squared minus 4x squared is an x squared. Next, let me subtract this 120x. Subtract 120x. 80x minus 120x. Negative 40x, thank you. And then now my constant. Let me subtract this 900. Subtract the 900. 400 minus 900 is a minus 500. And that equals 0 because I got rid of everything here. Now we have our quadratic. And it is set equal to 0. So give me a method you would want to use to solve for x.
How many numbers are we about to
You
use?
can, you
You can put in the calculator.
Square.
Why would
Quadratic
you,
formula.
you put in the quadratic formula, but there might be an easier option. What's another method?
You could what you
Divide
call
the,
it?
no,
Quadratic formula or something like that. I don't know.
Quadratic formula, but there's maybe an easier option in all those calculations. What was our first method?
Zero.
Graph it.
I
Graph it.
just said that. We need 2 points, right?
Here's the graph. So what is my solution? Based on this graph, what's the solution?
50.
What's that? 50 and
Negative 10.
I was right.
Let's go.
Negative 10.
okay. So I have
That is your answer.
x equals negative 10 and 50. Now let's look at our answers. Does negative 10 work with distance?
No.
No. So let's
You can't have
discount.
negative distance.
Exactly, you can't.
What did you say?
Let's cross it out and look at just
Hey, I chill.
50.
That's our answer? So 50.
50 is what x equals.
Yeah.
So x equals 50.
And 2 times.
What's my long side?
100. So it's 100 plus 20, 120.
Very good.
Ah.
120. And last but not least, what's the hypotenuse?
130.
1/3.
You'd like to sign me?
I'd like to sign.
So my three sides are 50, 120, and 130.
So it's basically 100.